Hi there, it's Nicole for Simon Says Stamp, and today I have a card showcasing lots of new dies from the 2016 Diecember release. I love creating cards with mostly die cuts. In fact, there's only one small phrase that's stamped on this card. Everything else is created with die cuts. I am going to start by die cutting the new Bear Hugs little bear image several times from watercolor cardstock. I decided to use watercolor cardstock so I could color in my image with some distress inks and have a really nice smooth ink application. Sometimes when you're using smooth white cardstock, it doesn't, or at least for me, I have a little bit harder time blending it. So I went ahead and used watercolor cardstock. Then I'm going to take the new dot scallop border, which is this awesome little dotted border. I think would be fun with stitching detail as well. I didn't use stitching today, but I could definitely see doing that in the future. And then a great scalloped edge. This is going to create my panel for that Bear Hugs. And then I will die cut my final new die image here in a little bit when I get ready to add my greetings to the card. I'm going to go ahead and apply color to all of the bears with distress inks. I am using Picked Raspberry, Barn Door, Carved Pumpkin, Squeezed Lemonade. You can see there's little hearts cut out in all of these. I did save the hearts because I'm going to use those here in a little bit. Mowed Lawn is the green ink I'm going to use. I definitely went in rainbow order here. I love creating multiples like this, and I think it's so fun to have them follow the line of this die. Next, I'm going to use a little Salty Ocean for the blue. And finally finish with Wilted Violet for my purple teddy bear. And then I'm going to apply some of these, or all of these same ink colors to the hearts. Those little teeny tiny heart images. Just pounce on that ink with my ink blending tool. I didn't even reapply any ink to my foam. I just went ahead and just kind of pressed it over all of these little die cut hearts to give them a touch of color. I got a little smudge on the yellow, so I went ahead and just went over my teddy bear again with the Squeezed Lemonade Distress ink. I'm just kind of switching up the hearts in the bellies so that they have a nice contrasting heart in each teddy bear. On my background panel, I am going to apply some distress inks to that as well to give it a little touch of color. I'm going to apply Tumbled Glass and a little Salty Ocean distress inks. Give it a nice blue hint, so light blue with the Tumbled Glass all over, a little darker edge with the Salty Ocean, and then I'm going to use a piercing tool to make sure all of those little holes are poked all the way through so you get that great detail. And then I'm simply going to start adhering my teddy bears along the edge. If the ears did not pop out, the little center part of the ears, I'm just going to pop those out again with my piercing tool. And then line up my teddy bears, one right next to another with glue dots all the way across this border. I think it would be fun to even mix and match with the adorable little bunny die cut that looks just like this. It's a rabbit instead. I think that would be fun too. Once I have all of my bears in place, I am going to just put a little liquid adhesive in the heart on each of these. I thought that might be the easiest. And then take the quick stick tool and simply place that contrasting color of heart in the center of each teddy bear. I love my little quick stick tool for picking up all of these little teeny tiny pieces, keeping my fingers out of the ink, not making a mess. I'm going to snip off any of that excess of the teddy bears on both sides, and then I'm going to use my Misty to stamp a greeting from the Uplifting Thoughts stamp set. I want to make sure I get a nice, crisp, really dark stamped image. I stamped this one on top of another using some Lawn Fawn Black Licorice ink. The Misty is great for stamping things, especially if you want to stamp it one on top of another. Then I've got a side fold card base that I'm going to apply my panel to, and I die cut the Scripty Missing You from the Missing You die collection from some white cardstock that is adhered to some fun foam. It's actually white cardstock, stick it, fun foam, and stick it. So this is going to be a dimensional die cut greeting. It's got sticky adhesive on the back. This was a scrap I already have. If you've seen some of my past videos, I use this technique quite a bit to create dimensional die cuts. I love it. But I applied a little black soot distress ink to this. But what is so great about this Scripty die, and on the fun foam especially, I am going to gently manipulate the word to follow the design of my dot scallop border. And it's just going to really flow with the design so nicely. I absolutely love it. Now that I have that design, or the way I want my word to go down, I'm going to cover the back of my panel, the top panel of the card, with foam adhesive. Make this a dimensional panel. Put a couple little pieces in a couple of areas. And then I'll pull off all the backing paper and attach this to the top of my side fold card base. I still need to add the word you to the Missing You greeting as well. So just flip that up, attach that to the top. Grab the word you. Gonna just carefully pull that out. I'm using a piercing tool to remove any of those little pieces that are stuck inside the letters. I only gently applied the distress ink to the bottom half of the word so that it's darker near the bottom and lighter at the top. Plus the little dots at the top for the eyes, they kind of stuck in the die. I'm going to gently remove those and press them onto my card to finish off the Missing You part of the greeting. And I felt like it needed just a little something else at the end. So I die cut the teddy bear again from that scrap of cardstock and fun foam. So it's dimensional, and applied a little barn door distress ink to it. And finally, I'm going to finish the card with a scattering of these diamond gems adhered with the Ranger Multi-Matte Medium. Again, I am using the quick stick tool to pick these up and to place those right where I want them to go. I'm kind of having them go from the top right corner of the card down to the bottom left corner. Little dabs of the Ranger Multi-Matte Medium. It's going to dry matte. It's going to dry clear. I love it for attaching gemstones or sequins or little things all over my cards. Once I have those in place, my card is all finished. Thanks for joining me today for this card showcasing lots of new dies from the Diecember release from Simon Says Stamp. The supplies I've used to create this card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos showcasing Simon Says Stamp stamps and dies that you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.